Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with Golden Opportunities Coaching, and we are here yet again on YouTube to bring you the best in psychological, emotional, spiritual concepts, and hopefully help you out a little bit. Today's audio, we'd love for you to subscribe. If you're not already a subscriber, share this on social media with your friends, family, and loved ones to get us up to 1,000 subscribers. We need your help. But today's audio is what I call the balanced extrovert. So most people know that an extrovert is an outgoing person. However, a lot of people don't realize that the key traits of an extrovert can often be tempered with some other more balanced approaches that may make a person seem like an introvert. And the idea behind an extrovert is that they're outgoing, and most, if not all, extroverts are. That's a key component to it. But outgoing does not necessarily mean crazy at all times. Matter of fact, I want to run through about, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or so ideas that are common to balanced extroverts. People who are extroverted like to be around people, but they don't, they're not putting themselves out there 100%. So a person who is a balanced extrovert, they actually are less sure about people than it would appear. A lot of people think that an extrovert loves the party scene because they get to meet new people. But in the most part, many what's known as balanced extroverts are individuals who like the idea of meeting new people, hope for the best, but they're not as comfortable with meeting new people as one would think. These are individuals who put on an air of confidence or security when in reality they're kind of 50-50 looking, going, I hope this goes well, and then they jump in and they're the life of the party. So there's a little bit of fear there. There's a little bit of lack of certainty, lack of security there as they begin to question, hey, is this person is this person good for me or not? All right, let's jump in and figure it out. Where most people think extroverts love meeting every new person, that's not actually the case. Secondly, is a lot of people believe that extroverts love to be in the middle of things, and this isn't always the case. While they don't want to be left out of situations, they are more than willing to take a few minutes for a breathing room to survey the room, go to where they feel they're going to make the most impact or get the most attention, be able to stir up the most positive energy, and then go to those people, interact with them. But the idea that an extrovert walks in and is the life of the party and connects with everyone is a misnomer that's been what I call Hollywoodized in such a way that people have believed that there are people who just, always want to be in the middle of everything. And that is not every extrovert. Now, there are some extroverts who are that way, but it's a difficult situation when you're an extrovert that isn't that way. Now, a lot of times what people don't realize is another misnomer about extroverts is that they want to party all night long, every day, all day. And that's not the case. Sometimes they want to go in, have a good time, really hard, play hard, party hard for a couple of hours, and then leave early because the amount of energy that an extrovert puts out will sap them very quickly. This is especially true if you have an empathic extrovert whom can feel the other people's emotions in the room, has difficulty with getting flooded with emotions that aren't their own, getting flooded with potential conflict that they sense from other people, and when it stops being fun, out the door they want to go. So another thing too is an extrovert who is balanced will look for opportunities to speak, but not necessarily speak every time they feel called to, or they feel led to, or they feel inspired to. So that's to say, a lot of people think that extroverts will talk to anybody about anything. And while there is a group of extroverts who is that way, usually that's fueled by some hyperactivity, some challenges with feelings of adequacy, so that's an overcompensation. Believe it or not, the majority of extroverts try to find a way to connect with others, try to find their perfect timing, and struggle internally to find that right time without taking the what I call the deep leap. It's like, okay, I'm going to say this even if it's not the right time. Here we go, wee, and they jump right in, and that is something that a lot of people don't realize. A lot of extroverts also are empathic. They can sense and feel other people's emotions, which can make things especially difficult, certainly at a party environment. If you have a person who, like, if everybody in the party is having good emotions and are having a good time, and maybe they're drinking or imbibing with drugs, or they're just enjoying music, or they're enjoying good company and good laughs, then that's great. But if you have a person or group of people in the room who are maybe negative, or they're going to the darker place, they're sad, they're frustrated, they're feeling overwhelmed, they're feeling underloved, they're feeling, um, you know, just flooded. The empathic extrovert is going to cling to that person, feel that person deeper, go to them, try to fix the challenge, fix the problem, and make them feel better, all the while sapping their own energy in the process. So another thing to consider in these type of situations is they hate to be called out or calling other people out. So I'll lump this together with another one of, well, actually, the final four. Finding the right timing to say something when things get awkward is very difficult for the empathic for the empathic extrovert, because they want to avoid conflict as much as possible. They hate drama completely and totally, but they don't want the conflict either. So there's this juxtapose for an for a balanced extrovert where they're trying to avoid conflict. They're trying to nip things off in the bud, but they're also trying to not get involved in other people's drama. Well, unfortunately, if you're trying to nip things in the bud from getting dramatic, sometimes you have to involve yourself, many times. You have to involve yourself in other people's drama, which goes exactly against what an empathic extrovert wants to do. And so there's this challenge of picking the right time, finding the timing. Also, do I really want to call someone out in a situation even if they deserve it? That's a question that a lot of empathic extroverts or balanced extroverts struggle with. I am what's known as a extrovert in social situations, but when I'm in my home environment, I'm very, very introverted. So I don't like to connect with a whole lot of people unless I've prepared to do it, unless I've planned to do it, and I'm there to either perform, or I'm there to be a host or something like that. So a lot of people would think that I am extroverted in my daily life because of the way I portray when I'm in a group setting. That is so not true. And what's really interesting is, for me personally, having overcome severe social anxiety disorder, especially through my teenage years due to being bullied in high school. And yes, that is something that can be overcome. I help people with it on a regular basis. If that's something you're interested in, please feel free to reach out. But having overcome that, I've learned how to shift gears. That my natural nature is introversion, but I can gear up, plan for, give myself a couple hours to get ready for an extreme extroverted experience, enjoy it completely, love it, embrace it, have fun with it, and then go back to my dominant being, which is the introvert, and so the reflective introvert. And so a lot of people misunderstand that a person can't be both. There's this misnomer in popular psychology that says you either have to be an introvert or an extrovert, and in reality, the term ambivert, which is a person who is both and can switch, is becoming more and more accepted within popular psychology as an alternative, because there are people who are learning as we evolve and grow and develop to be able to switch on a more, I won't say regular basis, but to be able to understand when to bring different sides of themselves to the surface. and that is actually improving, in some ways, the quality of social interaction. But in any event, that will close us for today. I encourage you, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the morning. Until next time, everybody.